greatest slicer when it comes out, and yes, it will be compatible with your machine. So you won't be left out of the dark just because you didn't get it initially. It's one of those things where it's an add-on, and you know, already value added add-on as it becomes available, or as it comes available. So no extra money needed to purchase. So. I think the next time we're going to print this in different orientation so you guys can see it better. And I got to figure out how to mount the camera just right. So if you guys get any questions, even if you want to ask via email because you don't want to be on the broadcast and ask a question, you can definitely ask a question and we'll be just fine. I'll answer it via Gmail, and you don't have to worry about your anonymity being stifled. Oh, Ian asks, the filter you use on the top of your box, is that a retail product? Yes, actually it is. We've been able to purchase it via, strangely enough, Target, and it is a very, very well built air filter, extremely well built air filter. It goes for roughly about $52 US on Target's website. It's a Holmes air filter, and I got to tell you, the packaging job they did on it is second to none. It's got a carbon air filter. It's got some other like carbon beads inside there. It's got a regular air filter inside of it that you'd find on like a fiberglass type of air filter. I mean, they did a fantastic job. Plus, those filters are they are removable, and they also sell the replacement packs for them. Or the new filters for them. I mean, they like I said, they did a wonderful job. And yes, it makes a huge difference when it comes to printing with the engine or with the system. In this case, when you have it right next to the engine, it reduces the amount of nastiness or fumes that come off the EBS in the air by, I would say, probably about 50%. 35 to 50%, and when it's inside the system, oh man, you can't. I mean, even with it not on, you still can't really smell any of the fumes that are because it's not fully sealed. You really can't smell any of the fumes while it's in the system. But when we turn it on, it helps out quite a bit. Let's see. Name of the brand is Holmes, and that's Holmes. Holmes air filter. And give me 1 second, I'm going to go try and see if I can grab the one that was open. And give me a second, I'll also type in the model number. So model number HAP 3000 UV. There you go. Made in China, but comes out of Boca Raton, Florida. I know exactly where that is. Good stuff. Oh, hi, Yeoman. Welcome. you're joining us almost at the end of the print, and just been answering some questions here and there. Okay, cool, excellent, Ian. And for the Omen, I've been Carl was up here earlier today, up on the broadcast, but he has since gone to bed. He is he's a little worn out. As but it's a good thing. It's a good thing, as we are a little bit here. Alright guys, this is coming down to the last 2,000 lines. And Yeoman, just to let you know, we are printing a just a very, very simple Quiet Storm body. So we're going to be putting this, I think we're going to let anyone and everyone who buys the Quiet Storm, they'll be able to download and print off their own body as well. So Yeoman, so he finally made the trip? No, unfortunately he did not. He did not make the trip. We came so close. It's just that Carl was finally able to get the Kukox environment back up and running, and after it crashed horribly, and now that it's back up and running, we can continue to do the firmware and software and do all the correct links back and forth, and yeah, so he's been working on the software this entire time, trying to get it to work just right, and that's the reason why everything has been installed as of right now. The System 30 went out to Greg earlier this week, and should be arriving there on Wednesday this week. And Greg will continue to help us out with the firmware and software once he gets it, because then it's really, you know, at that point in time, I think we'll pretty much have I think we'll have everything nailed. So it's good stuff. Wow. Guys, this is coming together so nicely. Got about 1,000 lines of code left. So it says, so you think my unit will be mailed this week because I'm leaving to Europe November the 24th? Oh wow! You lucky, lucky man. Oh, I'd love to go to Europe. I know you're probably going back there for family and because it's the holidays and all the good stuff, but man, lucky, lucky man. I am supremely jealous. I'll have to double check with Carl as to what the shipping is, but I cannot say just as of yet. So let me get back to you on that one. So Carl is not going to be launching out tomorrow, so yeah. You'll bring back a souvenir. Pictures are just as fine. I always love to see what's going on in the rest of the world picture-wise, so makes me know that the rest of the world is doing great. So, and I can't remember the last time I actually went. Oh yeah, I can remember. I was 8 years old when I went over to Europe. So that was incredible. Alright guys, we're in the last 400 line somewhere here. And it's almost finished. Boom! And there it is, guys. Alrighty. Good stuff. So, obviously you're going to have like a little hair like right here for that last little piece. We're working on the prime on prime. Boom! Like that. And I'm going to show you guys how to remove your piece from a build platform. Typically we like to use a simple standard razor blade. And pull from one side, pull from the other. I have to go all the way around too. And yes, I am burning my fingers on the heated bed, which after the prints it does turn itself off. So, but what I like to do is I like to get this part right here of the blade, at least the very first part of the blade, just a little bit underneath the actual build. So, just a little bit. Oop, okay. And then once you have it a little bit there, use your spatula, in this case, to push it up, and there you go. Nice. And this is, that's the print, right there. So it worked out quite nicely. Zero overhang on either side. I'm sorry, zero support material on that overhang. It was 100. It was 90%. Yeah, this guy looks pretty darn good. Okay, so there you have it. Let's see, X423. Way back when you were shipping ultrasonic wash tanks, is that still the plan for filler material? Do you still recommend the same tanks? When it comes to the ultrasonic tanks, if you're going to be using PLA with the ABS that you see right here, absolutely. Those ultrasonic wash tanks we are no longer selling direct from us. We actually tell you to go directly to the people who are out there who make them and sell them. That is the new Shining Image. They're on eBay. They have by far some of the best customer service I've ever encountered on eBay. I mean, if you order it tonight, it will be either shipped out tonight or it'll be shipped out tomorrow. I mean, they are that good, that fantastic. When it comes to the filler or support material, that's something we have planned for 2014, where we're going to be changing the game for all 3D printers that are out there today. What we're going to be doing, so you have a little bit of a taste of it, is that we have been working with a couple of different materials. Namely, plasticine has been one of our very first materials that we've been looking at to do filler material. But there's a different type of material that we've been looking at in order to do the support material with ABS. That is low cost, extremely low cost, more low cost than the PLA, and works even better than the PLA that's currently out there today. So it's coming. That's the best I can say. I would definitely say that the ultrasonic wash tank that we recommended still is extremely viable, and until we release that, I would say that you're not going to have a bad time using the PLA as a support material and then using the ultrasonic wash tank afterwards. Even with PVA, which we have ordered some, it still hasn't come in yet. We will test out PVA. We know that we can probably print with it. It's polyvinyl alcohol, and everyone says that it's water soluble. It works great. We want to verify that for sure, and if it does, great. That's another one of the things that you can throw in the ultrasonic wash tank as well with just water. With PLA, it does require a lot of sodium hydroxide, which is basically heavy-duty drain cleaner. Make sure that it's 100% sodium hydroxide. If you go to, like, Home Depot has the wrong stuff, Lowe's has by far the best stuff. Those are two home improvement stores here in the United States. But you have to look on the actual ingredients and make sure it says 100% sodium hydroxide. If you do not, it has a tendency to not work well with the stainless steel tank that the new Shining Image has. Yeoman, hopefully that answers your question. If it doesn't, send me an email and I'll do my best to answer it even better. Yeoman asks, what would it make sense to have two of the fans blowing? Maybe. The fan was blowing on this side, and that's a good question. And that actually came out quite nice on that side. This is where the fan was blowing. On the opposite side, it wasn't too bad either. So, you most certainly could have two fans blowing on either side, and I think it would be just fine. But as you can see right here, I don't see any issues with this guy. So, yeah. Very good. Alright, guys. Hopefully that answers all your questions. I'm sorry, Omen, that you came in so late. But yeah. When it comes to this raft, guys, let me just show you this as well. I probably will be ending the cast very, very soon. The raft comes off very, very easily. and that's what you're left with. And then just a little bit of cleanup. So I would say that Yeoman, for the two fans, if it makes sense, you most certainly could use two fans. You could probably get a better result, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it feels pretty darn good on both sides, so it might be better that way. Okay, just take a tiny little screwdriver that you have right here, and this raft material actually comes off quite nicely, quite easily, so don't have to worry about that all that very much. So I kind of have to dig it out just a little bit. So no biggie. This is just a little bit of the post-processing that typically happens with the print. I don't think you guys are going to be too disappointed if this is all you have to do. So, Midnight Manufacturing Company, thank you very much for the question. He asks, does it fit or does it need tweaking? And I think what you mean is this guy right here. Obviously, when it comes to these holes in the back, these guys are actually pretty much good to go when it comes to throwing a screw through there. We're using an M3 screw on either one of these guys. Now, you want me to test it out? That's fine. Please understand that this has just come off, and it's still maybe it's a little bit warm, so the ABS is still shrinking. We've seen stuff, especially here in the state of Georgia, when it was hot over the summer. We've seen these guys. These ABS pieces, take as much as up to 3 hours for it to finally quit shrinking. So, you want to see it? Not a problem. I'm happy to oblige. Go ahead and move the camera around just a little bit. So, this is what we call the dog ear on the engine. And I'm going to take this guy right here and see if he actually fits. And look at that. Fits first time. Not that big of a deal. There you go. So, perfect. Now, I know what you're thinking, just like most people say when it comes to the Mythbusters. That's not good enough. What about on the actual yoke? Well, okay. I'd like to know that too. So, there's the gib. There's the slot. I can see what I'm doing. There you go. And look at that. It fits. I'm screwing this part at the back. There we go. Fits into place. It fits, and yeah. So yes. There we go. Fits quite nicely. So yes, this is an actual functional part. It's just printed on the machine. So yeah, great question, Midnight Manufacturing Company. Yeah, a little bit of cleanup. There we go. Alrighty. Still getting used to the whole camera angles things with the chat room. There you go. Alright. So, let's see. Ian says, thanks, Dan. Great broadcast. Hopefully you see you next week. Yes. Yes, you will. And I will hopefully hear from you soon. Yes. Yes, you will. Oh, Yeoman, is the fan included with the System 30 or is it extra? Yes, it is extra. We will show you how to. We'll actually include the file if you want to print your own camera body. Not camera body, fan body, which is for that guy. We will include all the other parts, which includes the board, which is the one of the extruder boards, the fan, cable connections, obviously. These pieces right here, which go into this guy, and we'll show you how to actually take a soldering iron and get this guy to fit snugly into here, and this guy will not break apart. onto this individual piece, and we're going to do that for basically 50 bucks. So otherwise, the other version of this guy, which has a hole, which is this guy, which is all metal, with a Delrin style plug, which this guy adheres into, is $125, and it comes fully assembled and all the good stuff. So 50 bucks for this, which you can print off your own versions. I'll give you guys the file to do so off of that, yeah. So your choice. There you go. So yeah. Alright guys, I think next week, next week I'll be doing another live broadcast, and so if you guys have any other questions, comments or anything like that, please send it to us via email. I have backup now when it comes to some of the emails that people have been asking for. Thankfully, Davo, if you're on, I'm not sure if you're on or not, but Davo has been kind enough to pick up a little bit of the slack when it comes to answering emails, in between of me going through a few other things and working with Carl on a couple other things too. So ask your questions. I'll do my best to answer them as much as possible. And next week, next Thursday, you're looking at I'm sorry, not next Thursday. I'm getting my lodge stuff mixed up with what we're doing here. Next Sunday, I will be here. I'm not sure if Carl will be here or not, or if he will be on his trip. Either the first or possibly even the second trip that's going to be going up there. He may be leaving out early this week to then come back and then go up again right after that, depending upon how many of the systems we get together, systems and engines we get together. So, yeah, that's what we're looking at as of right now. But I will be doing another broadcast this coming week, this coming Sunday at 8. So, if you guys have any other questions, you can ask them then or via email. So, good. Alright guys, well I'm going to end the cast tonight, and I hope you had fun. I love the fact that this stuff is printing well. I know you guys will be enjoying it very, very soon, and got a few more tricks that we've left to go on this Kickstarter before we're done. So when it comes to getting stuff out to you guys, which is better than what you probably may have expected. So, till then, have a good one. We'll talk to you later.